What is going on? Blossom is back, and today I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. I say that a lot actually. The quote unquote haven't done in a while. I guess I've just done a lot of things and I haven't done them in a while. I don't know. Anyway, today's a top drives top 10 of the top 10 cars I have either unpacked or won in the last 6 months. Now, the last time I did a video like this, or a top 10 video like this, was actually 6 months ago. So I won't be covering the same cars as I did in that video. If you don't remember, I'll put a link in the description to that video, but that was basically when I had, well, let's say my top 10 list consisted of Dodge Demon, SRC Hellcat Challenger, Porsche 918, a lot of great cars. But recently I've realized within the past 6 months, since I last recorded that video until now, I've actually gotten a handful of really great cars. It's pretty crazy looking back at all the new cars I've got in the last 6 months. It's pretty astounding, honestly, considering how, and I do apologize, yesterday I did get kind of sad at the end with the ceramic packs. Considering how I haven't been pulling anything good lately, I have gotten a lot of good cars, and I have to say, ever since I hit 10 million, I've opened a lot of packs. So for those of you asking, why don't I open packs with all the cash? To be fair, guys, I open a lot. Anyway, today's going to be the top 10 of all the cars, my top 10 cars that I have liked and loved, that I've unpacked as well as won in the past 6 months. And before I start with the list, I just want to say that I just passed 18,030 subscribers today, so thank you so much for that. Would love to continue the support. Once we hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm planning something big. If it's not a giveaway, it's probably going to be a 2 million cash pack opening, which will be the biggest pack opening on my channel, considering the biggest one out right now is 1.5 million, and I've done a couple 500Ks. And right now, as you can see in my cash, I'm saving up to 420K, where I'm going to open 10 German premiums. Oh, did I just leak that? I meant to say 10 premiums of country of my choice. Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm leaning towards German right now, but I might open American. We'll see. If you guys want me to open a particular pack, 10 of a particular country, let me know down in the comments below. German, American, Japanese, Italian. But guys, be smart, alright? If you say French, you already know what my answer is going to be, so don't even bother. Anyway, top 10 list, let's start off with number 10. It is the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Super Sport. Now, bit of a dilemma this. I feel like for a lot of people, if they got the Bugatti Veyron and they were going to make a video like this, the Veyron is probably going to be number one. But I didn't want to do that just because I just don't like the Veyron. But then I feel like it wouldn't be fair to put it on the list because it is an amazing car. Putting my own personal taste aside, this is probably the best or the second best car in my garage. It's either this or the Porsche 918. The Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Super Sport, although I don't really like how it looks, and although I don't really use it very often, when I do use it, it always gets the job done. Not even done, just above the level of done. I don't think this car barely wins by 50. Let's just say that. It usually wins by more than 50 points. So if you want to win a race, this car is a huge guarantee for you. 269 top speed, 2.30 to 60, 93 handling, 4-wheel drive, and amazing MRA. The only thing that's really weak about this car, I would say, is the 93 handling. I have a lot of cars that have better handling than the Veyron Super Sport, but with such an amazing MRA and 0 to 60, it kind of nullifies the whole handling thing unless you use it for a G-force against maybe like Hollywood or something. But the Bugatti Veyron has been a great car in my garage. It has done a lot of great things for me. Once again, the only reason why it's so high up the list and not number one is because, well, I'm just not a huge fan of Bugatti. I'm not a fan of the classic Bugattis either. I do like the Chiron and I do like the Devo. Those are the only two exceptions, but everything else I don't really like. Anyway, with all that said, it's been a great addition to my garage, and I'll always remember getting that car after getting 9th. No, I didn't get 9th. I think I got like 12th or 15th in the finals for, I think it was the Citroen. It was another French off-road price car. Anyway, moving on to that is number 9. Now, once again, I'm not going to be including cars like the Demon or the 911 Turbo because those are cars I've had in the garage for a while. However, although I'm not going to count the Dodge Challenger Hellcats, I can say within the last 6 months, I have gotten the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat, and this comes in ninth place. Once again, it's a car I haven't invested in that I've wanted to invest in, and it's a car that I probably won't be investing in a while. That is because I have other cars such as the BMW M3 CS, the Audi S8, as well as the GMC Cyclone, which are all on the list to be maxed out. The only reason why I chose not to max out this Charger SRT Hellcat so quickly is because it doesn't beat the Challenger Hellcat in any way. What was really funny is that I've tested this SRT Charger Hellcat to one of my Challenger Hellcats in a quarter mile. And the Charger Hellcat was actually faster than the Challenger Hellcat on the quarter mile. The only problem is both of them were stock. So, this Challenger right here and this Charger, both of them were stock, and they had no upgrades in them. And that's how I came to my conclusion. So I posted that in the video about maybe 2 months ago, and then shout out to Del Cookie. He sent me a message on Discord saying, "No, you're wrong. The Challenger actually beats the Charger." I was like, "No, the Charger beats it. I even have the pictures." But then he showed me his pictures, and what is really weird here is that a maxed out Challenger SRT Hellcat, let's say 996 or 332, compared to a maxed out Charger Hellcat with the same upgrades, the Challenger actually wins, which is confusing because the Charger wins when they're stock. So I can only think this is when MRA comes into play, because when it comes to on-paper stats, they kind of go up at the same rate. So it's probably MRA, but yeah, I love this Charger Hellcat. I love this car in real life. I love this car. I love how it looks. I love everything about it. 707 horsepower, I'm pretty sure. Yep. It's a great car. Also has that saloon tag, has the muscle car tag, the American Dream tag. Very versatile in tags as well. The only problem is it's not really number one in anything. I guess saloon drags. Saloon drags is the only thing you're going to use this Charger SRT Hellcat for. And that is so niche, and that's why I'm not going to upgrade it. But I'm so happy it's in my garage, and it's a huge, huge piece in my Dodge collection. So I'm so happy to have it, and that is number 9 on the list. Now moving on to number 8. Now this one is something probably you guys probably didn't see coming. This list isn't just epics and legendaries. This one actually goes to a ultra rare, and that is indeed the Chevrolet Cobalt SS Turbo. This car is so useful, and I love it so much. Now, I don't know every car in the game, obviously. With my Instagram channel, if you haven't checked it out, my Instagram page, Blossom Charger, I get people, I would say at least 10 to 15 people message me a day just to ask about if this car is good, should I invest in this car, this and that. Now, sometimes I will tell you I don't own the car, so I can only tell you that it looks good, and I don't know it so well, but when it comes to American cars, trust me, you can ask me anything about American cars and top drives. It's really what I focus on in the game, and I know a thing or two. So what I can say is that one of the best things about the Chevrolet Cobalt is its medium ground clearance. First of all, it's the only car, or it is the best car in the whole Chevrolet brand that has medium ground clearance and performance tires at the same time. The only other car I can think of is maybe, I can't even think of another one. The next car in line is the Chevrolet Impala RQ18, Chevrolet HHR Turbo, RQ17, Malibu, RQ14. Yeah, this Cobalt SS is the best medium ground clearance performance tire car for Chevrolet. And that is saying a lot because there have been a decent amount of Chevrolet events, but also besides, on top of that, it's one of the best American Dream cars that has medium ground clearance. When you think about it, when it comes to Dodge, they don't have anything. They have the what is it? Is it the Caliber? Yeah, they have the Caliber at medium, but it's not as good as the Cobalt. They're the two Chargers as well, but I don't think they're as good as the Cobalt. let's see, what else? You have the legendary Cadillacs, but then again, why I like this Cobalt so much is it's such a versatile car to use in clubs. In clubs because once again, unlike those legendary Cadillacs, which are also very hard to obtain, the Cobalt SS has a very low RQ of RQ21. We're talking in relative terms here. And also, there's a pattern when it comes to club events. You know there are a lot of front-wheel drive or four-wheel drive events, and this car has that. You know, the Cadillacs don't have that. The Charger SRT 8 and the Daytona doesn't have that. But this car has it. So, you know, it's a very versatile car to use for clubs. And why I love it so much is it's a good car in clubs and out of clubs. In clubs, it makes me a lot of money. I use this car a lot. I've only had it for just about 33 days, and it's already been almost 200 races, which is an amazing, amazing car. Really happy to have it. And once again, I think this was a very strong car in one of my pre-eliminations that got me a top 10. Anyway, moving on to number 7 in the list. We're going back to legendaries here. And that is indeed the Porsche 935. This car is, well, I wouldn't say it's a jaw-dropping or groundbreaking legendary, just because A, it's kind of like the McLaren 12C, where a lot of people own it, and B, it has pretty weak MRA. With that said, though, this is still very high up the list. I'm really a huge fan of this car, and I love the on-paper stats, although it's probably not going to be a drag car. It's good for dry twisties. Relative, because 94 handling. But it is a really good car, good top speed and a very low 0 to 60. One of the main reasons why it's also kind of high up on the list is because of the grind to get to it. Took all of us a year to get the Moby Dick, right? To get all those Austins, save it up and get the Moby Dick. So yeah, it was fun to get it. It was a fun journey, and I'm happy it concluded. It's a great car to have in the garage. Anyway, moving on to number 6, we're actually going back to Chevrolet, and we're actually going back to ultra rare because we're now going to talk about the Chevrolet Murai. If there was one Chevrolet I cared more about the Cobalt SS, it would be the Chevrolet Murai. This car is a groundbreaker. It's one of the best ultra rares in the game, and if you don't have it, you probably want it. I know CMG wants this really badly, and so do a lot of other people. It's one of those cars where you want 5 of, and you want 5 maxed out. It's a very, very useful car, very, very strong. Low 0 to 60, good, very, very, very good handling and a 4-wheel drive capability. It is pretty heavy and it has no top speed, but with those aside, this is a very, very strong car. Let's just say you cover the top speed and you just see the 3.4 0 to 60 and 95 handling. That puts it about toe-to-toe with the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. In fact, it makes it even better. And this is a maxed out epic we're talking about here because the Murai has 4-wheel drive, so it's going to be good in the rain. Obviously, the ZL1 has a higher top speed, but like I said, take away the top speed factor, the Murai is a great car. And once again, it has helped me so much in and out of clubs, in events as well. It helped me win the M4 GTS, for crying out loud. It's a great car, the Chevrolet Murai, coming in on 6th spot. Now, funny enough, talking about the M4 GTS, that is number 5 on the list, and this is the car that I'm really proud of to get. One of the main things about this BMW M4 GTS is that it marks me getting a prize car for the first time in a very, very, very long time. Before this M4 GTS, the last prize car I won was the Jaguar Project 8, and then the one before that was the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8. And I think that Jaguar Project 8 was won over 6 months ago. I think that was back in March, correct me if I'm wrong. But this BMW M4 GTS is an amazing car. Once again, I do have a pretty strong BMW deck. It's not the best legendary in the game, but what it signifies is, you know, I'm back to winning prize cars. I can still do it, although, you know, there's a lot harder competition now than it was maybe back in 2017. And also I won this with American cars, which just made the feeling a lot better because, you know, I always talk about how my garage is kind of circled around American cars. So to win a prize car where the American car is the key, it just makes me very proud. I feel like a proud dad. Wish my dad was proud of me. Anyway, moving on to number 4, and we're gonna stay in legendary for the rest. No, actually, number 3 is an epic. And number 4 is the Cadillac 16. Now, let's be honest, guys. Out of every pack reaction I've had on the channel, my reaction to getting the Cadillac 16 was probably the cream of the crop. It was the best one, and that was, all my pack reactions are genuine. So when it comes to the Cadillac 16, when it comes to say this was my most, like, I guess, entertaining or my best reaction, and also knowing it's genuine, it says a lot about this car. Obviously, I got this car coming off that 50 ceramic pack drought of not getting an Ultra, which I don't want to ever experience again. And I got it out of a ceramic pack as well. It was a really great moment getting this Cadillac 16, and it has never let me down since I got it. It was an amazing, amazing car. It still is an amazing, amazing car. I had it at 1 star for the longest time, and obviously I let go of 9 epics to bring it to 2 stars to compete in the Roof CTR3 finals. So let's just look at the little stats here. As you can see, it's just 222 or 666 and everything. Peak power over 1,000. I've owned it for a little over a month now. And it has participated in 373 races with 81% win ratio. That is very, very impressive. This car, 3.60 to 60, 84 handling, standard tires, medium ground clearance, is absolutely amazing, and I will never forget how it beats a maxed Corvette Lincolnfelter on a half mile. This car has amazing, amazing, amazing MRA, and I really want to finish it off and max it out. I'm thinking 969, but let me know down in the comments below. Now, moving on to the 3rd spot, like I said, we're going back to Epic. It's going to be the BMW M3 CS. The BMW M3 CS, there's a lot about it. First of all, if you watch my top 10 video, Top Drives Top 10 video on the Top Drives Top 10 German Renaissance cars I've won in the game, the BMW M3 CS, I'm pretty sure, came in like 3rd place or 2nd place. This has been one of my most wanted epics in the game, and I am very, very fortunate to have 2 of these. Both of them I've gotten out from ceramics as well. Very impressive stats. The MRA on this car is decent, and I can't wait to max it out. I've wanted to max this car out forever, to be completely honest with you. I've had it for 49 days now, and it's about time I started maxing this out. Especially with the finals coming up, being 90s UK, I'm going to, sit in the corner and step out. Not going to compete, and like I said, you guys already know I'm going to use this time to just gather resources for my garage and so on and so forth. So the BMW M3 CS, I really, really want to max this out, and I'm going to start it. I promise this is the next epic I'm going to max out. I know I said that 50 days ago, then I maxed the Corvette Z06 for the CTR3 finals, but finally, we're going to work on the M3 CS. Love that car. I love how it looks. I love everything about it. Anyway, moving on to 2nd place is indeed the Roof CTR3 Clubsport. A lot of these cars in the list, in this top 10 list, has had how do I put it? Has had some kind of contribution to winning this Roof CTR3 Club Sport. Looking back at the list, the Chevrolet Murai played a part in, I think, the pre-eliminations. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Cadillac 16 in the finals, and then I talked about the Chevrolet Z06 for a bit. That obviously helped me a ton in the finals as well. The Roof CTR3 Club Sport, what can I say about it? It has great MRA, not good, it doesn't have good MRA in relative terms for roof cars, but in relative terms, or in general terms for every car in the game, it's 102. The MRA is 102. This car has good MRA. It's a really great car. It has the best handling out of any roof in the game. 2.80 to 60 is very impressive and a very high top speed. Unfortunately, it is going to get a nerf, and it's going to go down to RQ29. No changes in the stats from what I know of. It's just maybe it's not that good to be an RQ30. The main thing why I love and treasure the fact that I've won this car, the CTR3, is not the car itself, but just the journey to getting it. The pre-eliminations, I finished top 10. The finals, I finished in 3rd place. I put a lot of cars on the line. I fused a lot of cars on the line, and I've maxed out a lot of cars. Um, Also, bringing a legendary to 2 stars in one day is no easy feat. Um, yeah, I think the reason why this car is so far up the list is the journey. Just truly the journey, and it's been great. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to make sure I was recording because I totally forgot if I if I pressed the record button or not. That would be really sad if I didn't. Anyway, the CTR3 is a great car. Anyway, let's move on to the honorable mentions. So in honorable mentions, I have it here on the list. We have the Porsche RSR. RQ24. It is an amazing car, the Porsche RSR. Let's see where it is. I missed it. Here it is. Slick tires. It is the best epic Porsche in the game, in my opinion, when it comes to dry asphalt tracks. Moving on is the Audi S8. How could I forget? This was a great car as well. RQ30, medium ground clearance. Only reason why I haven't invested in it is because I have this Evo 8, which is, well, better. And then another car on the honorable mentions is another ultra rare Chevrolet. It's the Colorado ZR2, followed by the Roof BTR, the only ultra rare I have that hits 200 miles per hour. And finally, the last honorable mention I have is indeed the GMC Cyclone, which is another epic I need to max out. So I need to max out the GMC Cyclone and the M3 CS, and those two are on the list. Anyway, moving on to number one spot. Let's be honest, it's pretty obvious what it's going to be. It is obviously going to be the Pagani Zonda F. I'm joking. No, of course not. It's Hollywood. Dodge Viper ACR. I love Hollywood so much. So much backstory about Hollywood. First legendary I maxed out in 3 days without using any, 500 gold to boost the upgrade or just cancel the upgrade. The Dodge Viper ACR is absolutely amazing. 2.90 to 60, 102 handling, 95 MRA, and a top speed of 186. It's an RQ28 legendary, but because I have it maxed out, I have this car competing against RQ29 and RQ30 legendaries up in the daily events and up in other events, clubs whatsoever, and it wins. And it wins because, well, it's a max legendary. You don't see a lot of max legendaries laying around. The Dodge Viper ACR, I love Hollywood. I mean, this is such a great car, and I am so happy I got her. Number one on the list, and, obviously everyone saw it coming. I'm pretty sure on my last Top Drives Top 10, my number one was a Dodge Demon. It's always going to be a Dodge, let's be honest, guys. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the top 10 cars that I've earned or unpacked. And let me know what your top 10 cars are. Tell me what your favorite car is in the garage, and yeah, just let me know and let's start a discussion in the comments below. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Blossom out.